Welcome Diecast race fans to Season 1 of the Diecast Peformers Challenge presented by the Diecast World Series. Week 2 of the 13-week race season showcases and ranks the categories of fastest cars, drivers, teams, also known as builders, owners, or constructors, and driver nations on the best diecast tracks in the world. Points are awarded to each category after every single match and are scored based on field size and importance of the race. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to follow your favorite diecast racers and their performance this season. Last week's final results ended up having the number 22 Lancer Evolution car, driven by Grumpy Cloud, winning the inaugural Top Points Earner of the Week award for the car category. James Ironbeard competed at the Monster Motorsports Round 7 of the Race of the Rising Sun JDM race at the Pacific Rim Speedway, as well as at the Chaos Canyons Round 1 of the Toyota Race Series at the Chaos Track in New Zealand, scooping up a dominating 26 points. Only 5 teams identified themselves last week, with Bay City Diecast taking the Top Points Earner of the Week award for the team category with their Nissan Skyline R34 entry at the Monster Motorsports Race of the Rising Sun JDM race. Lily the Dog was the only driver identifying their nationality, so no points were issued last week. G'day Diecast race fans, I'm Winston Gunner, the host of the Diecast Peformers Challenge, coming to you every Monday or so from the headquarters of the Diecast World Series. We did have some technical difficulties with the scoring system, and the addition of some exciting new segments pushed us back this week. Our mission is to develop the sport of 1/64 scale diecast racing globally by showcasing global diecast talent, developing rivalries, and crowning overall world champions. We bring to you in-depth profiles of cars, drivers, and teams every week so you can get to know and engage with your favorite diecast entries. Our officials pick qualifying leagues and their tracks that encourage mail-in events and/or the loaning of their local cars to popular international drivers and teams. Points are awarded for runoff, qualifier, fractional, and final races based on the number of entries and importance. Points are awarded as shown and are totaled for each entrant every race week, Friday to Thursday, using their top 20 finishes of the season. Only 50% of the race field is eligible for points. This season, the qualifying leagues and their tracks are 3D Botmaker, Bay City Diecast Racing, Chaos Canyon, Commotion Diecast, Diecast Dude Racing, Monster Motorsports, the newly added Mullet River Diecast Racing League, RTR Diecast Racing League, and We Race Diecast. If you want to watch any of the following races in full, the links to all the individual events in this broadcast are in the description below. Before we begin with this week's results, we have a few housekeeping items to discuss. First, we had an overwhelming response from teams sending in their profiles to the point of crashing it. The issue has been resolved and should not happen again. If you have not sent in your car, driver, or team profiles, head on over to our YouTube page at www.diecastworldseries.com, select the About tab, and click on the Submit a Diecast Profile link. We will showcase your profiles in an upcoming episode. A reminder for drivers, teams, and promoters to start including driver nationalities on your driver profiles and video introductions. Fans are wanting to root for the respective countries as well. The Nations Challenge will not be awarded this week. we didn't receive enough driver nationality data from the leagues. We are introducing the fan favorite Diecast Racers polling results later in this episode. To vote, visit our YouTube page at www.diecastworldseries.com, click on the About tab, and click on Vote Favorite Diecast Racers link. With the housekeeping out of the way, let's get on with the Diecast Performance Challenge. Week 2 of the inaugural season takes the Diecast Performance Challenge around the globe to Diecast Dude Racing's DatNascar Invitational NASCAR race, Stage 1 at the Brick Mountain Speedway in the US, Monster Motorsports Race of the Rising Sun JDM race, Round 8 semifinals and final at the Pacific Rim Speedway in the US, Chaos Canyon's Toyota Race Series, Round 1 at the Chaos Track in New Zealand, and our newest league to be added to the Diecast Performance Challenge, Mullet River Diecast Racing's Formula 1 vs. Station Wagons, Round 1, Group 4 at the Mullet River Sprint Track in the US. This is a busy week in Diecast Racing with 59 finishers receiving points. Let's see how your favorite racers performed. Starting this week with the Car Performers category Top Points Earner of the Week award. One of last week's shared winner, the number 22 Lancer Evolution, driven by Grumpy Cloud, is off the radar this week after winning the Summer Rally Series finale. There were also 4 other cars tied for first due to the small turnout. This week's sole winner is the Nissan Skyline R34 built by Ironbeard Customs. It competed at this week's Monster Motorsports race at the Rising Sun JDM race, semifinals and finals at the Pacific Rim Speedway. It won the overall event, earning 24 points this week. In the semifinals, Ironbeard Motorsports Skyline spun sideways on the jump, was broadsided by Darrell, and then pushed sideways across the finish line for the semifinals win and onto the finals.
Here they come around the sewer vent. Darrell setting up James nicely. James gets loose, and Darrell just broadsides him over the jump, pushes him out of the way, and you look like he is going to pass him underneath, coming around Kaiju's lair, and they're coming down to the finish line, and somehow James Ironbeard throws his rear bumper in front of Darrell to take the win.
That could have gone so wrong, causing this car not even to finish in the top 5 this week. Second place in the number 51 Racing Champion car from Doc Speed Shop, and in third place, number 69 Ford Thunderbird of Arlo Racing. They both competed at the DatNascar Invitational NASCAR race this week and ended up coming up short behind James's Skyline. Now let's move on to the season overall point standings for the car category. After week 2, the season points standings are already starting to spread out, creating some early rivalries. The Nissan Skyline R34 from Ironbeard Customs has broken away from last week's 5-way tie for first and is 4 points ahead of the Mazda RX-7 from Lily's Boneyard. This battle could go either way next week. The second place Mazda RX-7 and the first place Nissan Skyline R34 are beginning to pull away from the rest of the pack. However, a lot of points are available for anyone to catch up. Let's see how the drivers are shaking things up this week in the weekly award standings. The drivers category Top Points Earner of the Week award had all 4 leagues submit driver names for all their races, leading to plenty of action in this category. This week's award winner is the same as last week, James Ironbeard. He piloted the Nissan Skyline R34 as stated in the car category to overall victory at the Monster Motorsports Race of the Rising Sun JDM race against Lily the Dog. James, in a best-of-5 match with Lily the Dog, flipped his Nissan Skyline R34 in the first lap, giving up the first win. James wins the second race and Lily takes the third. In the fourth, James gets the whole shot with Lily putting the pressure on but spins out on the last corner. James wins the 5th race cleanly to take the series. Even though James Ironbeard is the weekly points award winner, he has only won by 2 points over Doc of Doc Speed Shop. This shows how every point is valuable in this challenge. Doc was competing this week at Diecast Dude Racing's DatNascar Invitational NASCAR race Stage 1 at the Brick Mountain Speedway and raced the same amount of races as James.
On the front row, he'll be alongside of Sam Hall, and there goes the cone. It's race 6 anyway, it doesn't matter, we'll leave at the top of the hill. Arlo pushing along Doc. Doc trying to take it all the way to the house. He has a whole bumper full of Arlo. Arlo goes for the lead, but he can't make it, and it will be Doc winning race number 6. My goodness.
However, a second in one of the races cost him the weekly award. Let's see how James Ironbeard's success is translating to the overall season point standings for the driver category. James Ironbeard, extensive travel and race schedule from doing double duty racing in the US and New Zealand last week, plus winning the Race of the Rising Sun JDM race finals, has given him a commanding lead of the season overall point standings for the driver category early in the season. He is ahead of Lily the Dog by 18 points. With 11 weeks left in the season, anything can and will happen. Lily the Dog is racing at a number of other international tracks next week, so James better be entering more races if he wants to maintain this lead. Arlo is in a close third, 6 points behind Lily. He accumulated 20 points at the DatNascar Invitational NASCAR race this week alone.
Mr. Dark will be on the inside. Arlo on the outside of the front row. They are going to get the early lead. Doc gives Arlo a good punch through the divided 180 there through the chicanes. Down and around turn 3 and into turn 4. Arlo flexing the muscle in the Ford Thunderbird. He finishes by almost 2 seconds over Doc.
It is nearly impossible to determine how this is going to pan out next week. Let's see which team won the Team Top Points Earner Award this week. This week, the team category Top Points Earner of the Week award went from 5 to 12 qualifying entries. We are excited to see this category's competition growing. This is one of the most rewarding categories for the builders who put in the endless hours to produce the cars we enjoy watching every week. This week's winner is Numbskull Racing. They entered 2 cars at round 1 of the F1 versus Station Wagons race hosted by the Mullet River Sprint Track, formerly known as the Down Squad Racing League. This event operates now under the Mullet River Diecast Racing League name.
Black Rhino gets a good start. Skipper gets a little better of a start, heads around that carousel, and Skipper just spins it. And that is where Skipper just takes out Black Rhino and somehow pulls off the maneuver, turns around again, and takes second, leaving Black Rhino just to get in everybody's way. Numb got lucky to get around and take third. Of course, Skull taking first. That's going to put Skull into the next round. We're going to have to go to the points here to see who else makes it. It's going to be close. Numb takes it with 21 points. Skull's going to move on with 20 points.
Unfortunately, from a points perspective, Numbskull Racing did not give their cars names, missing out on valuable car category points. They only received team and driver points for their successful race week. They need to get that corrected ASAP. There were lots of races at Mullet River, and Numbskull's 2 drivers, Numb and Skull, placed well for a team points total of 32 and are both moving on to the next round. Rust Belt Racing came in tied for second place with 24 points, earning their points at Mullet River as well. Ironbeard Customs was competing at the Race of the Rising Sun JDM race finals with their Nissan Skyline winning the overall series. This category is now shaping up to be an exciting battle. Doc's Speed Shop and Lily's Boneyard are only a couple points off the pace, so don't count them out. Let's see how this week's action affected the team's season overall point standings. Only 4 points separate first and second and third place in the team overall point standings. Ironbeard Customs moves into first, while last week's leader, Bay City Diecast, only earned 6 points this week, falling to 7th overall. Bay City better run in some more events next week. Lily's Boneyard went from 12 points last week to 32 points this week, putting themselves in a tie for second with Numbskull Racing. What a great improvement, and I'm sure they'll be giving Ironbeard Customs a run for their money next week. With Numbskull's success this week, finishing tied for second overall this season, they have put the team right into the hunt for first with 32 points overall, just 4 points off the lead. 4 points is literally just a second place finish in one race, to put it into perspective. And lastly, let's talk about the Driver Nation Challenge. Again this week, no new Driver Nation information was used in the driver descriptions. We know that a lot of editing for races has already been completed. If you, the promoters, can either stick a flag beside the driver's name at introductions or say their nationality during the race, we will capture it. We watch all the races multiple times, so please help us make this category a success. Diecast Racers, if you want to get your drivers on the Nation Challenge, you can head on over to our YouTube page at www.diecastworldseries.com, select the About tab, and click on Submit a Diecast Profile. This may speed up the process as many of the promoters have their episodes already in the can, as they say. That concludes the Diecast Peformers Challenge standings update for Week 2. What an exciting continuation of Week 1 of the Diecast Peformers Challenge. It's awesome to see the rivalries building in such a short time span. Every position in every category is up for grabs, so racers better keep competing and not take any time off. But wait, don't leave yet. This week, we are introducing 3 new exciting segments to the Diecast Peformers Challenge. At the Diecast World Series, one of our mission components is to showcase the top racers. Every week, we bring you the most exciting matches. At the Race of the Rising Sun JDM race semi-final, Lily the dog against Grey Wizard does a clean 360 over the jump and wins.
With Lily on the inside lane, Grey Wizard on the outside lane. Hopefully those sisters stay out of our business. And they are off. Lily the dog hits the hole shot, clears Kickapoo pass, and she is, does a 360 on the jump.
At the same race, James Ironbeard gets in the lead, gets loose over the jump, and blocks Daryl for the win.
Here they come around the sewer vent. Daryl setting up James nicely. James gets loose, and Daryl just broadsides him over the jump, pushes him out of the way, and you look like he is going to pass him underneath, coming around Kaiju's lair, and they're coming down to the finish line, and somehow James Ironbeard throws his rear bumper in front of Daryl to take the win.
Now from the Toyota Race Series Round 2 at Chaos Canyon Track, this clean race was worth the highlight reel.
Chicken George still has a chance here. He's in the front row. If he wins, he could force a race off. So the pressure's on for both Big Mike and Dexter. And Chicken George makes his move through KM corner, gets into the lead. Goodfellow trying to get up the inside, but Chicken George with a beautiful run takes the win, and that looked like Dexter slipping past Big Mike.
Who doesn't secretly love watching a car wreck, as disturbing as that may be? We are bringing you the most exciting car wrecks of the week. At the Race of the Rising Sun JDM race semi-finals, Lily the dog against Grey Wizard flips after the first turn.
Lily gets her chance on the inside lane. Here they go. They are neck and neck around the guard tower. Lily the dog. Lily the dog crashes. Whoa, do I hear the sisters? Oh no. Lily crashes, and Grey Wizard tries to do another J-turn and comes to a stop right there next to Kenny's Kebabs.
At the same race, Lily the dog power slides across the start-finish line for a second place.
Faster than a 6.12 lap time to guarantee inside lane. If not, Lily will get inside lane advantage for lap 5. James gets the hole shot. They hit the jump. Lily trying to close the gap and does a power slide.
Now from the Toyota Race Series Round 2 at the Chaos Canyon Track, Greasy falls from the jump on the upper track to the lower track, completely cutting off turn 2 to finish second, but was later disqualified.
Matty Brewer and Greasy in the outside lane, both of them desperate for points. We've got Jeff Speed and DRT3K on the inside. Brewer out aggressively quick here, opens up a solid lead as he takes the jump. Pretty clean, nice line through Kahuna corner, and hold up! Was that Greasy down by the finish line? Where did he come from?
I think he was taking the Todd Lovelace shortcut, and there goes DRT3K cruising across slowly. So let's have a look just what happened. Right up in KM corner, watch the white car on the outside. He just flips himself over and then goes down through the gap in the bridge as the others bolt across. Matty Brewer getting wide there, but he manages to keep it under control quite nicely. And then as we go to the finish line, Cam, check this out. There goes Greasy dropping through. He cruises on down towards the finish line like he's going to pick up points. And Matty Brewer with a beautiful drop.
Glad to see everyone walked away from those wrecks. Now on to the latest segment edition, Fan Favorite Awards. Every week from Friday to Thursday, fans of Diecast Racing can vote for their favorite cars, drivers, and teams. This week's fan favorite car is a tie between the Nissan Skyline R34 from Bay City Diecast and the Mazda RX-7 built by Lily's Boneyard. The fan favorite driver is Lily the dog. And the fan favorite team is Lily's Boneyard. One of our voters, Lone Star, commented that his favorite team is Golden Owl because they have beautiful cars and fast cars. Check out this Nissan Silvia S15 by Golden Owl Racing. I would agree with his opinion. If you want to vote for your favorite Diecast Peformers, head to the About section on our YouTube page and click on Vote for your favorite Diecast Racers. You can also find the link below in the description. Thanks for watching the Diecast Peformers Challenge, presented by the Diecast World Series. Hopefully, your favorite Diecast challengers were in action. Make sure you tune in every Monday during the 13-week season to recap the Friday through Thursday race week. If you have any questions or comments, please use the comment section of this video and we will respond. Join the conversation in the comments section regarding your favorite cars, drivers, and teams. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest news and information about the top competitors in professional diecast racing. Until next week, remember, you only live once. Buy a new diecast car.